What's up everybody? It's George here. We're back with another video. Now today's video is going to be an update video on my FPV project. In my last video we did the unboxing, we got to take a look at all the gear, and since then I've taken everything, I've set it up on the bench, I learned how to use it, everything worked flawlessly. I'll tell you, here's a detailed description of the setup. Plug the batteries in. That's pretty much all I did. Out of the box, everything worked great. The next thing I did was I figured out how I was going to mount all of this gear to the Blade 350QX. I got that taken care of. We're going to go over to the bench and I'm going to show you how I did that in a few minutes. And the last thing is the Mobius. You know, I did find out, thanks to a lot of posts from you guys out there, that the Mobius also does interfere with the Blade 350QX's GPS system. That being said, they want you to wrap it in copper, but there's some videos that show how you can use a Tic Tac box and put it inside the box and wrap the copper around the Tic Tac box so you don't mess up your Mobius. So I'll be definitely taking a look at that before I put on a point of view camera. Probably won't be for a little bit yet. I'll definitely get that worked out, but in the meantime I'm going to go ahead and set it up so that I can at least try FPV and see what it feels like to fly. So why don't we head over to the bench and let me show you how I hooked everything up. My approach to mounting the hardware was pretty simple. I decided that I was going to use the GoPro mount and just mount the FPV hardware right to the GoPro mount. But what I found is the GoPro mount that comes with the 350QX has these big slots in it, and I really couldn't get the camera very stable in there, and there was no place to put zip ties. So what I did was I went ahead and I got the GoPro version of the mount. I think they call it the skeleton mount, and it's solid and it's a little bit thicker, and it did allow me to drill holes. I just drilled 2 holes. I used a zip tie to zip tie the camera, and that camera's in there pretty tight. It's not going anywhere. Then on the other side I drilled a couple more holes, used a couple of zip ties, and I zip tied the transmitter right to the side. And I do have the cloverleaf pointing down. Thanks for all the suggestions. I'm going to go ahead and start pointing down. Hopefully it's going to work. I don't see any problems with it. And then what I did was I did extend the power cable so that will reach the battery compartment of the 350QX. All I did was cut it and splice in a piece, and then I used some wrapping to keep it all together. And that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and put this on the 350QX and you can see what it's like when everything is mounted and ready to fly. With all the FPV gear mounted from the front, you can't even tell that anything's mounted. The only thing that you'll see is different. Instead of a GoPro in the GoPro mount, there's an FPV camera in the GoPro mount. Other than that, you can't tell. If I spin it around and we take a look, I did make a small modification to the battery cover, and that is I dremeled out just a little corner, just enough to get the wire for the power supply into the battery compartment. Other than that, it looks like a stock 350QX until you turn it over. When you turn it over, you can see that I have everything neatly mounted. It's all on the shock mount, so I shouldn't get any jello. Everything is nice and wire tied in. You can see I put some wire routing tabs which just have some sticky tape to route the power cable down underneath the 350 and into the battery compartment. And that's all there was to it. Now when I go and I put the Mobius on, I'm going to definitely need to get the longer legs that come with the new 350QX with the articulated camera mount, and you can order those. So I'll definitely go ahead and place an order for those right away. That's pretty much it. Everything is together, and I think that we're ready to go. Why don't we head over and wrap this video up. With all the FPV gear mounted on the Blade 350QX, the only thing left to do is charge some batteries and try flying my first FPV. Look for that video coming soon. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy flying, friends!